This video contains commentary. Thank you for calling. What's crack-a-lackin', my little dudicorns? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today I've got for you a pretty long episode. A few of you have demanded that I bring back the longer episodes, so I decided just for today I'm going to do, I think I have 8 stories from r/TalesFromTechSupport. So without further ado, don't forget to add this to your watch later list in case you just don't have enough time to watch it now. But I'm sorry, I said without further ado. So without any additional further ado, let's get into it. Wi-Fi killing patients or something. Posted by user-root97. First post here. Be nice, please. So I work for an outsourced service desk. You know, passwords, printers, and sending local guys. Now, most people usually are very nice, mainly doctors and nurses. But there are a few Karens out there. So the conversation goes something like this. Me. Thank you for calling desk. How can I help? User. Yeah, I need the Wi-Fi password. Me. I'm sorry? Wi-Fi? User. Yes, for the hospital. Me. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't handle that. We are the general service desk. You need to talk to management. User. They told me to talk to you. Why is it so hard? Isn't this the help desk? Me. I'm really sorry, but I can't give you the password. I don't have it with me. Please talk to the local department. User. I don't know why this is so hard. Do you have the password or not? Me. Sorry, no. I can ask a local agent to check or send you the password. User. Is this going to take the whole day? Me. I'm not sure. It depends on their workload. User. This is affecting patients. Obviously a lie. Me. I'm sorry, but the local agent has to solve this. I don't have any Wi-Fi passwords. Click. Oh well. Just another day. I'm a little confused, though, because it said that he works, like, the first thing he says is, you know, passwords, printers, and sending local guys. But why don't you have the Wi-Fi password? What kind of passwords do you have, my dude? I would like to know. I'm not ripping on the OP. It's just a little confusing, that's all. But yeah, this is like a typical day in the IT world, my dudes. Sometimes they're the most simplest of calls, such as, my computer screen is black and nothing's happening, and all you have to do is turn the machine on or plug it in, you know, one of those things. And sometimes they swear that it's turned on, but they just keep turning on the power to the monitor and not the actual computer kind of thing. But alright, my dudes, before I get into the next story, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos just like this one. If I can get 100 likes on this video, then I will promise all of your tech problems will be solved by turning it off and on again for an entire day. What do you mean it's our end? Fix it! Posted by user A Mañana. Howdy y'all, your favorite VoIP tech support here. Here is another scintillating ticket I had today. Ticket comes in. Customer reports hearing static and loud bursts occasionally. This has been ongoing before they switched over to company. Previously, they had POTS lines with AT&T, and they had migrated over to us on our hosted voice platform, VoIP. The site is using an analog telephone adapter, ATA, between their router and their old analog phones. As soon as I saw the notes on the ticket that they were using the ATA, I knew it was an inside wiring issue. Because, well, they freely admitted to it by stating it was ongoing when they had POTS, and they were still using the same IW but a different source. VoIP, so it's the IW. Regardless, I do my usual tests. Check the ATA, it's up and communicating. Reboot it, and ring the port on the back of it. If I can see all of those and see the port ring, then the issue is beyond what my company is responsible for. Similar to a DMARC/66 block for POTS lines. I called the customer to let them know I can see the ATA and that I wanted them to try their phone directly to the ATA, bypassing the wiring. Dial tone is clean and they can call in and out. When they return it to where it was, well, the static, clicks, and bursts start. I explain that it's likely the inside wiring and that it would need to be replaced, and that our company also offers IW services as well if they wish to give us more money. By now, the customer has gone a little apeshit and is insisting that we should be fixing it free of charge and that it's our fault it's not working. I remind them of the wording of the ticket they put in and that the issue has been isolated to the inside wiring. They proceed to hang up. I email the account manager, show them the work, and let them know the issue is inside wiring on site. And, well, my work is done from my end. Moral of the story? Don't be too honest. No, you should always be honest. That's the thing. The problem is they're not acknowledging that it was a problem before they got the service from this company. By the way, in case anybody is wondering what POTS means, it's plain old telephones service, I think. Plain old telephone. I keep wanting to say television, but plain old see, I did it again. Plain old telephone service. And yeah, IW's inside wiring. So this is just funny, and I used to get a lot of these calls too, and it's usually the older people that just don't understand. They think that as soon as a tech steps foot in their house, anything that's a problem in regards to their services are because of that tech stepping foot in their house. It could be something totally unrelated, like, oh yeah, I installed Windows updates this weekend, and I told this to somebody in the comments the other day. I decided to unplug my docking station from my laptop and put the docking station in the closet when I left for work on Friday, and when I came back in on Monday, nothing's working. My external monitors aren't working, my external keyboard and mouse aren't working. It's like, well, you unplugged the dock, you dummy. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just getting into the tip of the iceberg with with these people in these stories. So without further ado, let's get into the next one. Trust me, just start typing. Posted by user Obvious Troway. Hello TFTS. Today, I bring you a short tale of my wonderful end users. Here's the cast. Me and end user. I log in for my normal day and receive my normal morning tickets. Software installs, break fix, and troubleshooting. You know, typical stuff. I see a software request for something pretty basic, easily deployed through SCCM. I add the user to the group and give it the prereq 20 minutes and reach out to the user. Me. Hi user, I got your ticket to get software installed. If you have a moment today, open your Windows menu and search for Software Center. In there, you should see the icon for software. Click on it and then click on Install, and it will install. If you need any help, please let me know. Send. About 30 minutes later, I get a response. End user. Hi, Obvious. I have looked up and down in the Windows menu and I cannot find anything called the Software Center. Please help. Not a problem. User is newish to our company and probably hasn't even seen the Software Center. I ping them on link. Me. Hi, end user. If you open your Windows menu and just type in software, it should show up right away. User is typing. End user. I don't see a place to type. Are you sure? Me. Yes, just type. Long pause. Like, really long. Like, greater than 10 minutes. User is typing. End user. Obvious. I really don't understand. There isn't a place to type. Hey, screw it. I walk up to the end user's floor and to their desk. They see me coming and drop their head. End user. I swear I'm not that bad with computers, but typing in that menu doesn't make sense. There isn't a place to type. I laugh it off and take the wheel and open the Windows menu and type Software Center, and it shows up immediately. I'll spare some of the language, but the user was completely blown away by this newest revelation. They now brag to me how they impress everyone around them with their genius knowledge of Windows. I love my end users. This is like, I like it. Oh, it's so cute when you get these callers that actually want to learn. Like they don't know what they're doing. They admit they don't know what they're doing, but they're like really embarrassed about it, but they want to learn. Those are the callers that I like, but it's the ones that think as soon as they learn one thing, they're the fucking expert on all. I hope she doesn't turn into one of those, but yeah, I've seen it happen, unfortunately. Oops, someone forgot to pay the third-party vendor. Posted by user Bored Random Guy. A company I was working for used a specialized database system for tracking their customers. However, one of the complaints was how unintuitive the search functions were, so the company bought a third-party add-on/plugin that added a much better search function. After years of using said plugin, our users got used to it and completely forgot how to use the original search function. This third-party add-on was subscription-based, and the fee stayed the same for many years, until one year it didn't. The vendor basically decided to discontinue that version of the product and replace it with pretty much the same product with a few new bells and whistles, but charged twice as much for it. On top of that, the new version had new licensing legalese that had to be approved by the company's lawyers. This caused much debate with accounting, management, and the company lawyers over whether we should move to a new version or just stop using the product. We had 6 months to decide. When our contract was up, management kept telling the vendor that we would upgrade, but we were waiting approval. After about 3 to 4 months of kicking the can down the road, the vendor pulled the plug on our licenses. The next morning was hell, as users kept calling the help desk complaining that they were getting errors when trying to launch the add-on. We kept having to instruct them on how to use the built-in search function as a workaround, but they weren't happy with its terrible functionality. I ended up leaving shortly after that, as it was just adding to my frustration with management's ineptitude. I don't know if and when if they ever got it resolved, but I stopped caring the moment I walked out the door. It's kind of reminds me of my last job a little bit. They would constantly implement new software and expect us to be fully trained on it without anybody showing us how it worked in the first place. We kind of had to figure it out, but not just that, the licenses would expire, and it's like they got 20 people in management roles, running the same portion of the company, and not one of them can keep up on fucking licenses. Micromanaging, it's just ridiculous. It's just, people don't understand. Just stick with something that works, and stop. I understand you're trying to make things better, but if that's the case, hire a programmer or somebody, a software developer or whatever. Almost everybody's got one in their IT department, really. So I'm just saying, okay, I'm ranting and I'm rambling a little bit. So I'll get into the next story, I guess. His first words were, hey? Posted by user Suspiciously Linear. Backstory. So I work the help desk for a robotics company that specializes in autonomous robots that deliver supplies and equipment to certain departments and facilities in the healthcare industry. So the pharmacy at a hospital will have their supplies for the day delivered from someone in the arrivals department of a hospital. Or there might be garbage that needs to be dropped off, and the robot will take an elevator down to the basement and drop it off and wait for its next job. Stuff like that. Well, last night, I get a call from one of our hospitals. Company name help desk, this is my name, how can I help you? The guy on the other end starts off with, hey? And then tells me that one of the robots is stopped in the hallway. I log into it through our software and see him on the map and see that he was stopped near the pharmacy because a fire alarm had apparently gone off earlier and he's supposed to pull off to the side to give people enough space to go up and down the hallway. Well, I'm right near the pharmacy. Can I just take what I need from it to the pharmacy? Usually I'd say yes, but I'd never heard this person call before. He also has yet to give his name, and his sentences took forever to complete. I then check out our database of specific users in certain departments we're supposed to talk with, and call the pharmacy. Hey, this is OP from the company name Help Desk. I'm calling because it looks like robot that's on the way to make a delivery to you guys is stopped because of a fire alarm. And there's someone asking if they can just bring the supplies over to you guys. Did you send him? 3-second pause. No, we didn't. Hold on. The lady on the other end leaves and puts me on hold. She comes back a few minutes later. Yeah, I had no idea who that was. He looked like he was completely out in space somewhere. Probably a junkie. And she's probably right. That robot was probably carrying hypodermic needles and drugs that could sell for a pretty penny. I feel bad for the dude and his addiction, but people need that stuff. I asked if he was violent or anything, and she said he was just ran away when he saw her coming. So I guess it's good no one got hurt. Good thing that OP is like on the ball, because that could have ended, badly. Who knows? You never. Yeah, I don't know, man. That could have ended really bad. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about this one below, my dudes. I was gonna try to add some bloopers into this video, but I'm actually doing pretty well, so we'll see. Just stick around to the end. There may be some, there may not. Who knows? But I'm on point today, my dudes. So let's get into the next story. Yes, we're your incumbent supplier. Posted by user M. Kai Bear. User Rectorol's recent story here has recovered a traumatic memory from the archive. Having just started working as a single-man contractor for a manufacturing firm. Phone rings. Vendor. Hi, it's Vendor from YYY Printing Supplies. Name removed to protect the guilty. Company has since gone bust. Can our account manager come to talk to you about your print services? Me. I've just started. I'm not yet sure who runs our print services yet. Vendor. Oh, we do. Me. Great. Yeah, I'll quite happily schedule a meeting with our account manager then. When works for you? Appointment booked. The day of the appointment arrives. Account manager. Hi, I'd like to talk about the services we offer. Me. Yeah, could you let me know what contract we currently have with you and how much we're paying? Account manager. Oh, we're not your current supplier. We would just like to be. Me. Stands up. Okay, this meeting is over. I don't work with companies who lie to me. Account manager. Who? I felt a teeny bit sorry for him, as it wasn't him who'd arranged the appointment, and he'd been told by the sales guy who spoke to me that we were a sales lead, and the account manager got to drive back from South Wales to London without anything to show for it. But only a teeny bit. I do wish I'd have been able to hear the conversation between the account manager and the phone sales guy, though. Yeah, to be a fly on the wall for that. That's the thing about salespeople, though. They just lie. They lie. This is why I don't want to be a salesperson. This is why I don't like working in sales. I don't like plastering a fake, stupid smile on my face to, like, you know what I mean? Like, try to sell somebody. You're like basically buttering them up. Like, I hate people. You're like pickup artists is what you are. Like, stop trying to sell me something. I'm there for a reason. I'm there to find something specific. Stop trying to sell me something I don't need. This is what always happens when you go to look at furniture. It's like, no, I don't need that $3,000 mattress when I'm looking at one that's $800. Like, fuck off. You fucking dickhead. It's like that when I got a mattress, the last time I bought one, the guy told me, sales guy, I asked him specifically, will the guys, when they bring my new mattress, will they take the old one? Oh yeah, definitely, no problem. So they show up on the day, I'm waiting for them so I can go to work, and they show up and they're like, yeah, we're not touching your old mattress. We never touch old mattresses. I'm like, they told me you could bring it out to the road for me. I was like all dressed up for work and everything. I was so pissed. But they completely refused to do it. So I was like, wow, I'm never buying from this company again because they're fucking liars. So, lesson learned, my dudes. Don't mess with the architect who goes to your board meetings. Posted by user Butholio II. I'm a solutions architect, working for an MSP in London, specializing in infrastructure. Did the T1, 2, 3 help desk stuff previously, and now we're here. Usually, I shouldn't/wouldn't deal with end-user issues. Anyhow, I build a variety of different systems for different businesses. Flavor of the moment is cloud, and specifically IaaS, it seems. A lot of the time, I present to the executive level and attend board meetings as they spend the money. From what I can tell, they like and trust me, so I tend to speak to end users like they work for me, but not disrespectfully. So anyway, this company was moved to the cloud a few months back, and my engineers are having hell with some old bat at some finance firm working on Sage. Sage released updates to the data service and application which needs applying every so often. Some users have access to do this specific function in this environment as they have complicated support contract with us and Sage. So, this woman had decided to run a Sage server update during business as usual and had basically locked out the database connection, causing everyone's Sage to crash, and she's going absolutely mental at the tier 2. I offer to take it off them as I know the C-suite very well, but I don't know her. Anyway, she starts berating me because I told her that this isn't likely to come back and I'm going to have to kill her Sage application. She goes mental that she's been typing this shit into here all day and it's going to be lost and it'll be all my fault. She'll report me to her manager. I can still scroll on the screen and see that basically she's done fuck all other than waste time and enter about 20 rows of data with about 5 columns in. So I screenshot the entries she's done. My resolution, I say this in a calm but obviously focused tone to get my point across. We call it reading between the lines in the UK. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I've screenshotted the entries you typed in. I'm going to force close Sage, then I'm going to reopen it, and I reckon it'll take me 5 minutes to re-enter these for you. I'll paste the screenshot into an email and send to you and CC CFO in here, so he's aware of what's occurred, as we don't want to lose your day's work and get in trouble. As soon as she realized not only is her fuck-up going to be exposed, but her day's work would be also. Her tone instantly changed to that of, "Oh, don't you worry about this, dear. I'll just have to deal with it. Hope you have a good day." The tier 2 was looking at me with a big grin. He closes the ticket. Gold star. Ha! Good for you. Oh, these fucking bitches. I'm sorry. My mom is really experienced with working with Sage, and she's also really experienced with working with people that use Sage that aren't very good at using Sage and end up getting, getting to keep their jobs. And because my mom fixes things, they get rid of her. But, that's just how it works, right? They want all the people that make them look better to stay. But, there's these people, they think they get so much done. I'm just going by what my mom tells me. They think they get so much done, and my mom's like, "What are you talking about? I just finished like 10 times more than you did. Like, you've been going upstairs smoking, drinking with people all day." That never happened at any place my mom worked at. All right, let's move into the next story. All right, my dudes, this is the last story of the day, and this one is epically long. So stick with me. If you don't, just add it to your watch later list. I promise it'll be worth it. All right, and the last story of the day is called, "We are now an official certified secure facility for IT business," posted by user HellScourge. So the cast is boss, newly promoted and eager to show off what he can do, and OP, of course, and new hire. A new hire that wants to meet HR to start the initial hiring interview process. English is not my first language, yada yada, not on mobile. Now to the story. 4 months ago. Boss, it is important that you all read this booklet, and we will be holding another important meeting with a PowerPoint presentation. Internally, I am already groaning and wonder if I can hang myself with the Cat5 cable running from under my desk without disturbing my colleague's internet. Silly me. Of course I can. I will still transmit at least 95%. Boss, this presentation is mandatory and will take around 2 hours where you do not have to take calls. We will do it in groups of 5. Afterwards, you will be mailed said presentation. Read it every day. It's important. Great. That means even more work for the others while we're getting this stupid presentation drilled into our heads. It's not as if they aren't already lacking people to actually take the calls. My boss keeps on droning and talking, but I have already written down the most important part. I have to be there, and we get it in copy, so I can read it on my own later, and only have to pretend to pay attention to yet another boring PowerPoint presentation. Cue the day of the presentation. Always lock out your user when you are not at your workplace. Lock your PC with Windows plus L when you leave your place. Do not leave important documents laying around your desk. If you absolutely have to take confidential notes, shred them in the shredder in the break room, which still has yet to be installed but will be there soon, at the end of the day, and do not throw them into the trash. Lock the lockers that are standing on your desk when your shift ends. Do not leave your phone unattended and unlocked. Wear your badge visible so you can be identified as a trusted employee of us. Visitors need to be escorted by at least one person on the floor, and they always have to be at their side. Visitors receive special badges to announce their status as a visitor with name and corporation they belong to. Can you fit this into 2 hours? No. It was 2.5 because he kept talking on about how important this was and how important the oncoming certificate was. For me, all these things just seem perfectly normal, but that is just me. 3 months ago. Boss. Now we will get a visit by the people responsible for the certificate, so I thought it would be a good idea to refresh. Oh, no. Please do not say it, boss. The security guidelines. It is very important that we do so because if we do not show our A game here, the $200,000 we paid to get the certificate review will be wasted. Is this hell? Did I die, and is this my punishment? If not, can I at least have this counted as some sort of penance when I end down there? Boss. But since we have a high call volume, we will have to do this at a later time. So around 3 p.m. when there be less calls. I raise my hand. Boss? Boss. Yes? Me. Do we get overtime for that? Boss. Why? Me. My shift ends at 2:30, and if by judging by the last presentation we had, it took you around 2.5 hours for it to finish. Hence, do I get overtime? Boss. Well, it won't take that long. Me. But I still won't get paid? Boss. It's a security presentation for the company. Well, send me the presentation again. I got a doctor's appointment anywho, so I can't take part in it. Silently, I add, even if I wanted to, which I do not. Boss is silent for a few minutes, then speaks up. Can you not reschedule it? Me. I'm sorry, this is not reschedulable. I had this appointment planned for more than 6 months and put it so that is outside of my working hours. This is as far as I can accommodate you, boss, but I cannot reschedule it. Boss. Are you sure? Me. Boss, I am sure. I need to get this scar checked ever so often or it might close up in a way that causes it to go septic. No one wants that. That makes him quiet down and just accept that I cannot attend another presentation. The next day, I ask how long it took. 3 hours. I am left wondering how. 2 months ago. Boss. I am proud to say that people were very happy with us and that we have the official certificate. Congratulations, everyone. We are now an official certified facility for IT. This will allow us to take on more lucrative contracts, as only a few other companies have such a certificate. Everyone. Hooray! Boss. But it is important to remember that we also practice what we preach because we could lose the certification. And then all the money and all the work would be down the drain. And since our contracts are hinging on them, we really can't afford to do so. Last week. Me. Yes, I got your authentication, ma'am, and with that I have set your password to XYZ123. You will be asked to change it once you log in. Your password needs to contain 3 of the 4 following bits. Capital letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and special operators such as an exclamation mark. Customer. So, a password like Mike 2020 exclamation would be acceptable? Me. Not this one because you just told it to me and it's no longer secure, but something along those lines would work, yes. Just make it longer. 16 letters are the maximum, so think of some simple phrase and then add the required extra stuff. Works better, is more secure, and easier to remember. In the background, I hear a knock from the door leading to the IT cubicles, but pay it no further mind. Me. Also, please keep in mind that you cannot, I repeat, cannot use 2 letters in your name for your password. That is very important. Customer. Thank you, dear. Me. Not an issue at all. I hear the door buzzer going off in the background after another knock on the door. Me. Anything else I can help you with? Customer. No, this is plenty already. Thank you so much. Me. Just doing my job. She hangs up. I get my 2 minutes of respite after finishing a call and grab my bottle of water to sate my thirst. Unfortunately, it's empty, so I have to lug my ass around my coworker's empty chair, get out of the cubicle and office, and walk down the hallway to a small room that has been deemed as an employee area, where we store the water and can have our breaks and not sit in front of our computer screens. On my way back, a lady in an office attire crosses my path and looks all too curious and dismayed into the various offices and cubicles. With nothing better to do, I approach her. Me. Can I help you? New hire. Yes, actually, I'm looking for HR. I point upwards. Me. 2 floors higher above us. You're in the IT department. New hire. Oh, thanks. Sorry for the hassle. I just read the company name on the sign and... Me. I know. It doesn't say IT. Happens. I escort her back to the door, wait until the door is closed, and turn around to stare at the half-closed door straight opposite of the entry door where the lady just walked out of, with no badge or ID or anything else. Me. Boss? I am having a hard time not yelling at the door in front of me, and in turn at my boss. Boss. Yes? Me. Did you just open the door? Boss. Yeah? Someone was knocking there and I let them in. Who was it? Me. New hire for the 7th floor, presumably? Boss. Then all is good. Me. Boss, you can't just let people in like that. At least check who it is and welcome them. Boss. I was busy. I stare at the big fucking sign hanging right next to the boss office while we are still talking through the half-closed door. No cameras or mobile phones. Sensitive data alert. Visitors need to be supervised. Always carry your ID visibly with you. Me. Whatever you say, boss. This happened not just once, not twice, not thrice. I have lost track of how often it has happened. Another trip to get some more water early in the morning. I got my little break and am happily eating some bread I took with me from home, I think. I think he brought it from home because the cafeteria was closed and head straight to the break room only to come to a grinding halt. Some guy is sitting there at the table, a router patched into the network and tapping away at his laptop patched to the router. He doesn't even look up at me when I enter. And worst, never in my life have I ever seen this guy at this company. I grab my water and head out to my boss's office down the hallway. Me. Boss? Boss. Yes? Me. Who is that sitting in our break room and why is he patched into the company network? Boss. Oh, that is the company IT guy. He's from another remote office and is just here to check our network. Me. Did we have any issues with it lately? Boss. It's just a customary check. I can feel my brain grinding to a halt. It just hurts to think about it. Me. Whatever you say, boss. Again, I look at the huge sign. No ID. Not supervised. Not even a mail that he'd be there. Nothing at all. Yep. We are a secure facility indeed. I take a deep sip of my water and wish I could turn it into wine. Maybe then things would be more manageable. This just happens all the time with freaking managers. They love to enforce all these rules, but literally follow none of them. It's fucked. This is the IT world in a heart, or like, what do you call it? In like a, not in a heartbeat. You know, like in so many words. This is every IT department ever. Oh my God. Just how do you expect your employees to follow the rules that you put forth if they see you ignoring them? It's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work, my dudes. No, you just gotta... Fucking hell, man. These fucking managers, these IT managers are the worst. They're the worst. I hate them. Alright, my dudes, I know this video has been extremely long, so here's some bloopers since you guys have asked for it. Nothing too crazy today, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately for you, I guess, because it's fortunate for me I didn't fuck up. So, before I get into those bloopers, don't forget to smash that like button. Comment below which one was your favorite story. If you have any stories that remind you or reminded you... this story reminded you of them, let me know in the comments below or submit them through the, my subreddit. I can't even talk today. I just fucking, my brain doesn't want a word. But anyway, all of my socials are in the description below. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos just like this one. And as always, the links to the stories will be in the description. So head on over to Reddit and show this poster some love with some upvotes. You know they deserve it. And my dudes, here you go with your bloopers. Have an amazing day. And I will see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace out, my dudes. And they had migrated over to us on our I'll be quite... I grab my water and head out to my boss. Office. Ma, I gotta go to my boss's office.